Hey friends, how's it going? Rami here from Broken to Brothful. I want to talk to you today about how, after we have gone through a horrific loss, a catastrophic event, we have been disempowered, stripped of our identities, our normal resources or stability. How do we begin to feel safe again? How do we begin to take our power back? I know this is a big subject, and truly, this is what my channel is all about. So, I don't intend to cover all those things in one video, nor do I try to claim that I have all the answers. Gosh, no, of course not. But I do think that I know a few things about how we can begin to do those things. We can begin to take our power back, feel safe in our bodies, start to believe in ourselves, believe in our safety, um, um, begin to heal, basically, begin to heal, and hopefully heal and reclaim and maybe even transform into a better version of ourselves. So in this video, I'm going to share with you three very simple things, very simple practices. And now when I say practices, they are called practices for a reason. You must practice them. Words are cool. I love words. So they're called practices for a reason. You must practice them. You must do them. So a little background in case you don't know my story. A few years ago, just shy of a few years ago, I was brutally assaulted. I was drugged while I was grabbing a beer before a late lunch on a Sunday, or not a Sunday, sorry, I was going to say on a summer. It was a Wednesday. On a summer afternoon, it was a day off. I had decided to grab a beer before a late lunch, and it was 3 p.m. and I was drugged while I was having my pint of beer, and I woke up almost 8 hours later in a hospital room. I was badly injured, and I was told that I was under arrest, that I had started a fight, that I was arrested for simple battery and criminal threat. Apparently, I had verbally threatened somebody. I had told them that I was going to kill them. Okay, this is what I was told. A little background on me. Never in my life have I ever behaved that way. I had been at that point an RN, a nurse, for over 20 years. I'm a chronic people pleaser. I'm a former people pleaser. That event has certainly been the catalyst for letting go of that mask. I am no longer a people pleaser, but at that time I was certainly a people pleaser. I had never in my life lost time from drinking any amount of alcohol, and certainly not a pint of beer. And what I very easily learned in the following days and weeks was that the place where I was drugged had a pattern of crime, pattern of druggings. I learned that I was assaulted by people that were quite familiar with the local police. And basically, I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. And because I was arrested, I was rendered completely voiceless, completely powerless. Oh, and this is the other part of this ridiculous story, is even though I was brought to a trauma-informed hospital because I was brutally beaten and I had tons of injuries, and I was the one who called 911, and I was brought to a hospital with sirens and lights, they didn't bother to check my blood for drugs. They didn't bother to check my body for rape. They chalked me up to an aggressive, destabilized, crazy person, and they chemically restrained me for hours, and then they let me go to jail in handcuffs. So this event was the first domino in a series of events that ultimately ended in me having to surrender my RN license at age 51. I had to close my business, my business that I had, you know, that was my dream. It was my passion. I had spent years working on this. I had trademarked a skincare treatment. I had just signed with a doctor and released a new physical location. All of that went away. I was publicly defamated. I had to hemorrhage many, many, many thousands of dollars on legal fees. And I am still in the legal system. So my story, though it's very sad and ugly, is the reason why I stand before you today, sharing what I've learned about trauma and horrific shit, and how we can drag ourselves up by our bootstraps, how we can, and I don't just mean externally, I don't just mean, you know, doing the things. I mean doing the actual inner work, doing the healing parts, the healing, the meeting of ourself, the reconciliation, the forgiveness, the feeling our feelings, the reclaiming our power, the finding our voice, finding our truth, finding our confidence to take up space and to use our voice, stopping the programming, the self-limiting beliefs, all the things that I realized when this happened to me. I realized that this was almost as if I was living a Greek tragedy, and this crazy, huge, catastrophic event occurred, I suppose, in order for me to finally start to look inward, to do some work, do the work. I'd never done the work before. And in that, I had to confront so many layers, and I'm still doing it. You're not one and done. The work is never done, right? So many layers of wounds and self-limiting beliefs and healing that wanted to happen, but giving it space to do so. And in the course of this, I found some really great tools. And the best part is that they are so simple. They are so simple and they are so accessible. They are within us. They don't cost any money. You don't have to go anywhere. They are truly resources that we are armed with, that we already have within our in our bodies, in our minds, in our capacity. And so that's what I'm here to talk to you about. That's what this channel is all about. This video is supposed to be about how do we take our power back? How do we start to feel safe in our bodies? How do we start to reclaim ourselves after a catastrophic event, after a huge loss, a big amount of adversity, a huge challenge, something that really truly disempowers you, that just completely destabilizes everything that you thought that you were, everything that you thought that you had worked for. I'm going to tell you what I did and what I still do. And I do believe, I truly believe, that in all of us, no matter what our story, no matter what our details, because we all have a story. We all have a story. You don't get out of this life unscathed. It's just not possible. It's the human condition. But I truly, truly believe that everything, all the challenges, all the things that are hard, they're not always. They often can destroy us. They can break us down. They can make us feel like victims and feel stuck and feel angry and feel small and feel trapped, all those things. And the alternative is they can catalyze, they can light the fire, they can instigate the growth, the change, the claiming of, I am going to take this pain and I'm going to turn it into power. I'm going to turn this shit storm into something positive. That's what I did. I needed to turn something horrific into something beautiful. I needed to do that. And I'm still doing that. That is what I'm doing here. That is why I'm here in front of this very plain yet pretty blue background. And I will make it cuter soon, I swear. So yeah, in this next video, I will get a little bit more succinct, a little bit more focused, and I'm going to share with you 3 things, 3 simple things that you can start doing immediately to take your power back. No matter what you've been through, no matter what you have lived, no matter how hideous and how horrific your circumstances have been, these 3 things you can start right away, and they are going to empower you. They are going to change your mindset from victim to victor. So I'll see you in the next video.